Williams, your virtual COO. Let me change that, the number one virtual COO. And I am coming to you today as I reflect back on my journey. Can I reflect back on my journey just a little bit? And so I always like to make sure that I'm coming in loud and clear. So just give me just a second and I'll pull this up and then I'm gonna be ready to roll. So I'm excited to be able to share my journey with you all. Most of you guys know that I lost the same job twice, right? I lost the same job twice. I can remember it like it was yesterday. And literally, I remember getting an email saying that we had ceased operations. And at this time, I was a district manager of 13 locations over 5 states. Hey, how you doing? I was a district manager of 13 locations over 5 states, right? It was my responsibility to explain to over 60-something employees. It was my responsibility to explain to over 60 employees that we no longer had a job. This was the first time. And so the company went through a transition and they actually reopened our stores. And I had the opportunity to bring back some of the best of the best. I had the opportunity to bring back some of the best of the best. But this time around, you guys, it was a little different. And the reason why I say it was a little different because, again, I was a district manager. And if you know anything about the retail space, operations management, you know, towards the end of the year, we start to get ready for the holiday season right around the first week of school. And so with that being said, I was always gone the first week of school. Now, let me tell you who brought this to my attention. My daughter. And at that time, my son was going into kindergarten. My daughter was going into the 6th grade, you guys. And she says to me, she says, "Mommy, you missed the first week of school 3 years in a row." I'm like, nah, it wasn't even no, baby. Nah, like I feel like I got an S on my chest and I'm super mom. She says, "No, Mommy, you know you missed the first week of school 3 years in a row." And so I don't know about you, but, you know, I believe in a higher being. And I was like, yo, look, what's up? That's how I talk to him. I don't know how you talk to him, but I'm like, yo, what's up? My kid says that I'm not here for her. Like, this is what I'm hearing. That's the message that I'm hearing, right? My kid is saying to me that I'm not here for her. And so we got to figure this out. Somehow, some way, I need to be available and present for my children. Holla if you hear me, okay? And so August 24th, jot that down in your notes. August 24th, 2011, I walked away from corporate America and I went on leave of absence. Hashtag longest leave ever. Can you jot that down? Hashtag longest leave ever. And I actually started a shoe company called sassyshoegallery.com. I wrote a business plan. Y'all, I don't even know if I had a business license. I was funded $31,500. Somebody say $31,500. But it just didn't go the way that I wanted to go. It never actually like kicked off the way that I wanted it to kick off. And I remember my mentors at that time, they would say, "You ain't got to get it right. You just got to get it started. You just got to get it going. You ain't got to get it right. You just got to get it going." Have you heard that one before? And honestly, you know, based on where you are in life and based on where you are in business, I'm going to say the same thing to you. You don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going. And that's exactly what I did with the shoe company. But at the end of the day, what I realized with the shoe company is that that was about completion. Let me stop right there for a second. What I realized when I developed the shoe company was that it was about completion. It was about writing a business plan, submitting the business plan to a committee so that they could see what I saw in this company. I knew that I could build something great, and I needed them to see so that they could give me the money, right? So that I could secure the bag. But it did not quite pan out that. But I completed from idea to implementation. Idea plus implementation equals income. Idea plus implementation equals income. Now, I generated the income, but I never generated the income that I desired and that I deserved and I felt that I was worth, right? So fast forward, 2014, 2015, because 2014, that paycheck stopped coming in. And I remember it was February 2014. Have you ever experienced a time where you did not have any money coming into your household? Not a dime, you all. And I remember I was scared. I got 2 kids. I have a mortgage. At that time, I had a car note. Yep, I had a car note. I think I purchased my car in 2008. So I still had a car note. And I remember being scared. I remember being concerned about how am I going to feed my kids? How am I going to get them their first week of school outfits? Like, have you ever been there? I remember being embarrassed because I didn't know if they would be able to have lunch to take to school. Some people thought I was crazy. And they would always say, well, when are you going to start looking for a job? When are you going to start looking for a job? Like, Dakisha, you need a job. No, I don't. I don't need a job. At that time, I believe that was the same time that my husband and I separated. So add that on to the layers, y'all. Woo! Now I am 100% in control or 100% responsible for 2 kids myself. No income, no checks. And I believe that there was something greater for me. I didn't know how it was going to work. I had no idea. And so fast forward, my checks start coming in. They stopped coming in February 2014. And it's funny because I had an event. Now that I think about it, it's amazing how things line up. But it's funny because I had an event, you guys, August of 2014, and I met 2 amazing individuals. And I started to contract with these individuals for about 4.5 years. And the one thing that I can say that they instilled in me for 4.5 years, I'm just sharing my journey because I pray and I hope that this will transform somebody's life to keep pushing. Because as I reflect on February 2014, when I did not have any income coming into my household, forget a business, in my household, period. But there was a divine connection with 2 individuals who instilled into me to continue to learn, to invest, to study. And that's all I did, you guys, for 4.5 years. I studied. I would study technology. I would somehow come across a little bit of money to invest in a course. I don't know how. Nothing but the greater being. Somehow I would stumble across $100. And you know what? I came across an inbox message yesterday as I was having a conversation as we prepare for an event that's coming up. And I saw what I suggested, a 90-minute session. Somebody say 90-minute session. And I'm giggling because when I look back 4 years ago at the prices that I was charging, come on, it said, I can help you for 90 minutes for $325. What? $325. Come on, somebody. You got to start where you are. Somebody, you got to start where you are. There is nothing wrong with charging where you are. Now, I ain't say $47. You notice I ain't say $47. I said $327 for my time for 90 minutes. Listen, we did a 4-hour virtual VIP session this week for $2,000. That's called growth. That's called growth. And some of you right now, under the sound of my voice, you feel stuck. You feel afraid. You are feeling the same thing. You probably, some of you, even if you do not have a dime coming into your account right now, you're probably living paycheck to paycheck. I've been there. I just sat here and told you that my check stopped coming in February 2014. I didn't have anything. Forget paycheck to paycheck. I even took on a part-time job as a sales lead, probably making like $13 an hour so that my kids could have lunch. But I kept studying. I kept studying, you guys. I kept investing in myself. And here's what I remember. I studied one particular thing, and I tell my students all the time. Some of them are here with me, and they'll tell you, be like a stamp. Stick to one thing until it delivers. And I need you to jot that down. Be like a stamp and stick to one thing until it delivers. And that's what I did. For 4 years, I found my one thing to be known for. And even though I was an operations specialist and we still do operation level things in our business, I want you to tell me what is it that you know me for? As you are watching this video, I want you to share with me, what's the one thing that you know me for? It's probably webinars. Here is why. For 4.5 years, I would teach people how to build their webinar sequence, how to build their funnel, how to create their webinar, their registration page, how to create their webinar thank you page, how to create their webinar live page. Yes, webinars that convert. How to create the email sequence that goes out when someone registers for your webinar. What? That's what I studied for 4.5 years. I studied everything from the wording, the copy, the technology. Do you know I probably went through 10 to 12 different technology platforms in order to find the one that worked best for myself and for my clients. But if I had not taken 4 years, do you know that studies show that it takes 10,000 hours to master something? What will you master? What will you be known for? And so in 4 years, studying every day for 52 weeks, I can guarantee you I have well more than 10,000 hours. What do you have 10,000 hours of? And so let me tell you the benefit of studying, of taking the time to step back and study. Not only did I decide December 2016. I'm sorry, it was 16. It's 15 or 16. I don't know. It's been so long, y'all, the years is running together. But I'm going to share this and I'm going to let you guys go. It was December the 15th or December the 16th, 2016. I said, I'm not going to continue making money from somebody else's company and putting my business on the back burner. I'm not going to continue to make a percentage for someone else's company when I can make 100% in my own company. I will not go into the next year without focusing on me. Hashtag focus on you. That was the transformation. That was the moment that I realized that I needed to put myself first. That was the moment that I realized that nobody would put me first if I would not put myself first. Have you ever heard anyone say that people will only do to you what you allow them to do? People will only do to you what you will allow them to do. So do you know what I did? Do you know what I did with the information that I gained from this contract? Come on, I'm getting ready to help somebody. I'm bouncing. I got the church bounce real quick. I took the information, you guys, and I created a curriculum in 2017. It was the first time that I created the curriculum. It was called Webinar Success Blueprint. I knew webinars in and out like the back of my hand. If somebody picked up the phone today and asked me a question about webinars, I get tagged in Facebook groups every time someone has a question about webinars. So what did I do? People will pay you more for what you know than what you do. People will pay you more for what you know than what you do. When I first launched that program, I think that program was $397. $397 must have been my startup lucky number, y'all. It had to have been my startup lucky number. And I remember I had 10 people and they were paying like $39 a week. That money will come in every single Friday. So I created a curriculum. It was like 12 modules. And I literally walked them through step by step on how to build a webinar, how to build their list, how to build their tribe. And you know what I did? I kept showing up. I kept showing up because I remember they used to tell me you need to be at every local networking event. God, I can't even get my words out. They said that you need to be at every local networking event. When I don't want a local brand. Do y'all hear me? Am I talking to myself? I don't want a local brand. I want a global brand. Do you realize that I was at a conference in Dallas and I was teaching to a tribe in the UK? I don't want a local brand. And this is not to knock or throw shade on any of the local networking associations, but that was not the journey that I wanted to travel. And let me tell you another thing. This is for my speakers. I love y'all. I love y'all. But you got to stop waiting for somebody to ask you to be on their platform. You have to build your own platform and be so great that they cannot ignore you, that they send you an invitation in your inbox and say your message is absolutely captivating and I need to have you on my stage. That's what you need to be doing, especially if you are not speaking 3, 4, 6 times a month and they are not paying your bill. I don't think y'all heard me. I said for my speakers, because I love y'all, because I see so many of you all investing to speak on somebody else's stage. I see so many of you all you got Google alerts, hashtag call for speakers. You are speaking, you are struggling to get a paid speaking gig. So you speak for free and you can't even pitch your program. What? On their platform. Build your own platform. Be so good that they can't ignore you. That's my journey. And so we created the course and we've got close to 50 something people that have been through this program in the last 12 months. Some of them are watching right now. And let me tell you this and I'm gonna leave, right? I'm gonna tell you this and I'm gonna leave. One program will change your life if you let it. Somebody jot that down. One program will change your life if you let it. Because remember, I'm sitting here talking to you about one thing that I am known for, but that does not have anything to do that we build the entire webinar sequence for our clients, that we host virtual VIP days for our clients, that we still have virtual COO clients where we're putting together their operations. We have the Get Ish Done coaching program, where I'm helping my clients launch with a 12-week profit blueprint so that they can get their message to the masses. I've never promoted that to you all. What have you known me for? One thing, y'all. We took one program and generated over $77,000 in less than 9 months. Somebody type that. Somebody jot that down in your notes. We generated over $77,000 in our business. My goal right now is to help a minimum of 50 entrepreneurs generate $100,000 in your business with one program. Can I do that for somebody? Can I do that for you? One program will change your life if you let it. Listen, join me in the webinar challenge. The webinar challenge is coming up, and I want you to be a part of it. If you want to be one of those 50 entrepreneurs who want to generate $50,000 in their business, I invite you to come and be a part of the webinar challenge. The link is above, www.thewebinarchallenge.com. My name is Dakisha Williams, your virtual COO. Be passionate, be purposeful, but more importantly, be profitable. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.